Since a young age, I was captivated by films, obsessing over Hollywood directors and influenced by TV shows. I began to imitate what I saw around me and obsessing with this new hobby to the point where it's become the only thing I live and breathe. Now, lots of things have changed over the years, but the editing program I use has not. And that's why I've partnered up with Adobe, who have challenged me to travel back in time using Premiere Pro. So let's go all the way to the beginning. Okay, maybe not that far. Okay, here we go. Here's a young Con who's already been introduced to his first camera. See, when I went to school, I didn't even realize being creative could be a career. It was so ingrained into me that work had to be boring that I just didn't even think of it as anything else. And then I had an awakening when I realized that there was always someone behind a camera. There was an entire industry of people who had taken what they were passionate about and made it work. Like a lot of filmmakers my age, I had a mixture of inspiration, not just the classic Hollywood directors or massive Marvel blockbusters, but from the new age YouTube content creators like Corridor Digital, Andrew Kramer, and so many more. YouTube was such an inspiring place and suddenly made the concept of being a filmmaker so much more achievable. It no longer was a career that needed contacts and insane knowledge of equipment I didn't have access to. I could learn from other filmmakers on the platform and just go and create. Today we're interviewing people from Havering College.
What's your game? Go away. What are you doing? I'm trying to revise.
What are you gonna bang though?
Shh. Go away.
As memey as some of these videos are now, it was the wealth of knowledge on YouTube and accessibility of software that industry professionals were using that meant I could continue to experiment with my creativity. It was over 10 years ago that young Con fell in love with this place.
I need my motivation. I need my motivation every night and every day. I need my motivation. I got a craving, but a taste of you will feed my appetite. I'm stuck in a feeling, you're the key.
I shot and edited countless projects that slowly grew in complexity and budget. I spent nights with YouTube and Premiere Pro learning how to create my stories and a lot of time how to fix things in post.
I need my motivation.
At uni, I met like-minded people and we were able to create some really fun projects out of our sheer passion to make things. I was working on outside projects while studying and things started to snowball.
I'm made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something.
I started working with people that teenage me sat in the room vibing to and started seeing my work in places other than my laptop.
We need to keep his views down, man. Go on. He's got to get above his station. I think he doesn't need. At the end of the day, if you weren't the podcast guy, would everyone be using you now? Do you know, so swings and roundabouts.
The stuff I was making was all over YouTube, so I was a great candidate to help my mate Josh with his channel.
Hold your head up.
And also shoot some content with a group of his friends.
Hold your head up.
You could say things got a bit crazy about this time.
Sweet dreams made of this. Who am I to disagree?
That's all I can say.
It's an honor to be able to shoot alongside.
Likewise.
I'd come full circle from the kid who watched YouTube to the kid that was making YouTube.
Hold your head up. Keep your head up, move it on. Hold your head up, move it on. Keep your head up, move it on.
Just the camera.
No, it's a camera on a massive crane and it goes up, down, like, it's mad.
That's what you spent all the budget on?
It feels like all of this has happened in a flash, and I've not noticed the time go by. I get so lost in another world when I'm creating, and it feels so cool to be able to share that with an audience and be able to show you that it's easier than ever to follow your passion.
Randolph looks kind of stupid right now.
Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River.
If a young Con awkwardly vlogging in school could see where I've ended up already, I'm sure he wouldn't believe it. It's only when I get a chance to reflect on my story that I realise how far I've come. I saw a quote somewhere that said, "You can always edit a bad page, you can't edit a blank page." And that really resonates with me. If a shy kid Con had given up on his passions before it even started, where would I be now? Certainly not here. After the guys saw the first edit, they decided to come round to fix it. Basically, the first edit had too much going on. So do I know how to get to 1 million subscribers? No. Although resigning your luscious locks to the mercy of Zerka can help.
You look awful.
But do I know how to start that journey? Yes.